distractions. My intention is to go through the board and see what we can close, and which you guys probably already closed, and see what if, where we're at, if we're ready to switch to the other repo, or if we need a second. That's really exciting. As far as distractions, I don't think I have any distractions. I might want to clean out my smoothie cup with some water, but that's about it. I'll pass it to you, Vitor. Oh wow, are we all wearing the same shirt?
For sure.
Look at that. We didn't even coordinate. Lauren, you gotta show it off.
Wait, I'm in the bathroom.
Oh no, Lauren's also wearing this shirt. She's just AFK right now.
Nice. Yeah, my intentions are to just sync up and just talk a little bit on how things are going, and maybe discuss a little bit the change for the other repo, and especially with Pedro here. I think we can just talk on how the integration is going on. And yeah, I'm a little bit hungry. It's midday here, but it's not that much a distraction. And I'll pass to Marco.
Thank you, Vitor. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Good vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Intentions, distractions.
Yeah. Intentions. We had some minor revisions on the conviction voting that Mitch and I and Griff have done last week. So maybe I would just want to review that. And also we started working on the mobile version, so the mobile layouts. So today on the call we have Mo here. I invited him for the first time, so welcome, Mo. You can just hang around and get the vibes from this call. And yeah, maybe just go over that quickly. We made just small progress on the first part, but yeah, those are my intentions. Right now, no distractions, and I'll pass it over to Lauren if she hasn't gone yet.
Thanks, Marco. Yeah, my intentions are just to hang out. I don't know if I have anything in particular to do in this call, so I might get distracted by doing some work for Giveth, but I'm here anyway. I'll pass it to Pedro.
Hey guys, so my intentions today is just to sync with the GitHub repo, the issues and the PRs that we have there, and to see if I can solve the problems that I'm facing to send the images to the endpoint that Vitor passed to me. But regarding distractions, I don't have any, and I will pass to Mitch.
My distraction was I was pouring a smoothie at that exact moment. My other distraction is that I'm working on some Giveth smart contract stuff in the background, but I'm here to listen, see what other things that need to be wrapped up for the dashboard and anything else. I'll get Marco. Have you gone yet? Okay. Lauren.
Let's go Wonka.
Thank you.
Yeah, mostly listening and syncing with you guys. No distraction. That's it.
And I think Zep is last.
Yeah, same as one. Hang out, listen, and sing with you guys, and no distractions. Yeah, back to you, Griff or Peter.
Cool. Well, let's run through the board and see where we're at. Okay, lots of things in the done column. That's cool. Is there an open PR to merge still, looks like? Or is it already merged?
No, it is. Oh no, sorry.
Oh yeah, I reopened this one. The table just isn't showing up. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I think this was Pedro was fixing that. I think he did not finish the merging yet, right? Pedro?
Oh, so now it does show up, but it just shows only the one line.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
this is in the like these. We had a few issues that we were talking about to add in the issue output, and a few of them I'm still talking to Pedro to add to the dashboard. So the idea was to focus in like getting it to the issue output, because then like it won't change later the issue output, so we can migrate. But Pedro is working on that as well. We just need to finish integrating things, but like it's all in the backend already.
Okay, cool. And then there's adding transferability in advanced settings. Let's see.
Yeah, I think this is all in the same PR, right? And I think it was not just merged. I think Pedro can confirm
I
it.
already merged it. Let me see something here. But I merged this before this meeting. Let me see why it's not showing.
Yeah, because it showed up here when I refreshed. Now it's there. This one, but it doesn't look like transferability is in there yet. Maybe this is something to do with local storage or something?
I don't think so. I think that's an issue with the merge itself.
Okay. So I will just put this one back over to in progress. Oh yeah. So you were just talking about the images thing. So what's the status on getting the images to work?
Oh yeah, I created another deployment in the backend with it, and it's working locally, but I just need to Pedro to send me correctly. And I think he was just looking at the last points on like getting the print screen of the dashboard and sending there. So I think we were finishing this morning, and then I think it's almost done. Like probably this afternoon we will be finished. But yeah.
I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. Did you say what exactly?
I already did a deployment on the backend, so the backend side is done, and Pedro is just like getting it right in the right form to integrate with it. So Pedro just need to finish integrating it. We'll probably finish this like this afternoon.
Cool. I would say this is a blocker before moving to the new GitHub repo, of course. So probably just getting someone to do a little bit of QA and making sure that it actually matches and stuff. Just get a second pair of eyes. Yeah.
No, yeah, this is a focus, and we're gonna finish this like ASAP. No worry.
Cool. Yeah, and I would just let's also make sure. I don't know. I'm basically in calls like nonstop today. Does anyone else want to take on like just QAing this issue when Vitor and Pedro finish it? I don't know, Mitch or Wonka or Zep or Lauren.
What we have to do? Like QA about what?
Basically just making sure that when Vitor and Pedro put it out, that like you make a proposal and the graph that pops out matches your proposal and the pictures look right and they're in the right place and the GitHub issue looks good.
Okay, yeah, I could sync with. It's something I could do with Vitor. Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, like as soon as we get a deployment from the front end integrated, I can send you, and then like we can test. You can test as well, and then once I have thumbs up, we can merge it
sounds fun.
and have it in the.
Yeah, thanks, Vitor.
Awesome.
And Lauren, I saw you unmute. Did you want to also do a little QA on it and just make sure it works? Sure,
I can also do it if it's not like redundant.
I don't think it's redundant. I think it's good to get some eyes because this would be the last check mark I'm seeing. This GitHub issue looks fantastic. This is the one we want to use for every proposal going forward up until the runoff. So if there's something missing or something in it, this is kind of our last chance to really make any changes.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I can also participate, but like after the Graviton training, so I will be like maybe in the afternoon in some hours.
Cool. What were you gonna say, Lauren? Do you have something to
I'll
add?
just maybe when it's ready, Vitor, could you just like post in the params channel or something, or ping me? Cool, thanks.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
add to the params. I think it's more effective.
And probably DM Lauren and Zep and Wonka too, just so that it's like get this thing going, so we can get this merged. If it's cool merged today, it's okay. Also, if it gets merged tomorrow, like, and we make the new repo. Okay, we talked about that. Transposing the CV table. Looks like it's in the works.
Can you hear me?
Now we
Can you
can.
hear? Okay, awesome. Yeah, like that was one as well. Like I'm finished integrating with Pedro, and like this is right in the issue output, but not in the dashboard. So we were focusing on the image because like after we finish the image, we can just change the repo people start using for real, and then like we can do these smaller changes in the front end because the back end is already like working with it, and yeah, it's just a front end thing. So we're focusing on the image, but once the image is working, then it's just a front end issue to just change the way that it looks like.
Totally.
Actually, almost all of the issues in the backend are the things that are already finished in the backend and just need to be integrated. Like, yeah, I don't think there is any issue there that's like thing needed to change in the backend itself, except one of the slippage that they're going to open up a request that I'm reviewing to fix it.
I closed it. I don't think we need to make the change on that one.
Okay.
The slippage was actually being calculated correctly. It just looked a little bit weird.
Awesome then.
But okay, so I would say that at least these two issues, getting the graphs correct and adding transferability into the advanced settings, I think those are the blocking issues. Because if we don't have transferability, someone can't really propose a non-transferable token. So that's like, not that it's a huge thing, but we should get that fixed. Because also the GitHub issue might just leave it blank. That's what it was doing before.
Yeah, it is leaving blank right now. Yeah, I think that's in the count as well. Like the image and the front end, and like both are things that do not need any change in the backend, so can help Pedro as well with that.
Sweet. Okay, so then I'll leave product backlog. Let's look at these new issues. So ABC table is getting stuck. Yeah, and this is where Pablo made so he's calculating the difference in return from the curve as compared to buying all the tokens at the same price and calling that slippage, and that is correct. That is how it's supposed to work. The thing that made it look really weird is like when you have a high tribute, it reduces the slippage because like that there's no slippage on the tribute, so it looks a little bit weird, but then they just do the math and that's actually correct, so that's pretty cool. But we might need to fix the tooltip. Let's see what it says. TC token price fluctuates based on the size of buys and sells along the curve. The relative movement between the initial and closing price. Yeah. Well, maybe between the initial and average price.
The initial and average price?
Yeah.
So is it relative to the new price or the average price from the transaction?
Average price from the transaction. So if the price was $1 and then you move the price to $1.10, but the average price that you paid was $1.05, slippage is 5%. Okay. Not 10%. It's the slippage you experience. Okay. So yeah, I think just one word change there. Although, of course,
no.
Take your different. Yeah. Yeah, I trust you. I trust your whatever you put down there.
Sure.
So, and then, but the other thing is that like sometimes this table gets stuck. This is not it. Like you can see, is this it? Launch. No, this isn't it. Huh. Slippage is off, easy fix. Okay, yeah, here we go. So it's like sometimes it just gets stuck and it breaks the table. I think this is like a low priority bug. It happens mostly when it happens mostly when you switch around and play with the opening price and you're switching around to launch and then to 100K or 500K. It kind of gets stuck.
So about that, I asked Nugan to add some error treating on the backend. So because when you do a request, if something goes wrong on the backend, if you don't have any custom messages, you just got internal server error, right? So now we are receiving custom errors, and I can show this to the user. So if you select a open price that is causing the backend to I don't know, be unable to do the math, I will be able to show this to the user so he knows where the error is and he can change to see if it's going to work.
This is already implemented in the backend because I think in that pull request that he fixed the slippage, he also added these errors treatment. I think we might have to reopen it and remove the slippage thing.
So,
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, Nugan did just said to me that he made open a PR with this kind of error, custom errors, but I don't know which one is.
Okay, so we'll open his pull request and just take out the slippage change and keep only this error treatment.
Okay, and who should I assign to that? Does Nuggin have more work to do on that, or is it you Vitor or is it you Pedro?
No, actually, it's not gonna can ask him. It's better.
Okay.
Just ask him to reopen the pull request and do that. I have other things to do on here.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, sweet. But you'll talk to Nuggin then, Vitor?
Yeah, I talked to him.
Okay, sweet. It's not a blocker at all. So I put the blockers for launch just in the in progress tab, and then I'll just move these ones into Sprint. More expressive JSON feedback. That's fun. Oh, I think Vitor, this looks like the issue that you're looking for Vitor to fix right here.
No, yeah, that's the pull request that we're talking about.
Okay, so it looks like he may have already removed the slippage change.
Yeah, I'll ask him to take it off.
Cool. Okay, and then so those are the big ones. Let's just see what else we have in the product backlog. There's this build a scenario generator for the CV. This is very exciting. And Marco, you had mentioned that you wanted. Did you have something you wanted to discuss here? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, exactly this issue here. So I noticed that Mitch added those tooltips, which are fine. I was just wondering what, like, we should add in a couple of pieces of information, like these 2 million TC tokens will be minted and 130,000 TC tokens. I wasn't really sure where this should go in the pop-up itself, or I don't know, Mitch. Can you clarify that?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I was kind of leaning on you. Go ahead, Griff.
Let me just say 130K, it's totally dependent on the opening price. If someone puts a $5 opening price, then
We'll
we
get
would
way
only,
less.
yeah.
Right. Well, we can just remove that line entirely and just focus on what'll be minted for hatchers.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the information, like that 2 million TEC tokens. And somehow we have to show that to them. So I don't know how you want to put it in, like a bullet point or something.
Yeah, but where? In this model here?
Yeah.
And under which question?
This one. This one.
Yeah.
The last one? Hold on a second.
Yeah. How many TC tokens are actively voting in conviction voting?
Because that
I mean-
line there is supposed to give context to the amount that put in as the effective supply.
Oh, Mitch.
I mean, we could just change, instead of effective supply in parentheses, say 2 mil are minted for hatchers. Hatchers
No,
have 2
because
mil to start.
because it's. I think it needs to be a separate point, because 2 mil minted for hatchers like is too abbreviated, and people are like, well, what does that mean? But if you can somehow say that this question is basically asking for the effective supply, then that's good, because we have it, all the tooltips and everything anyway, kind of built around it on the conviction voting module. Anyway, at least mapping the explanations to the terminology will be more helpful. But does that answer your question, Marco?
Yeah, so I put it right here. Is that good?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you could put it in italics, or I don't know what you guys think.
What if we say instead of minted, we say frozen? Frozen
Why?
at launch for a hat. I don't know.
Why is
It's
that
like,
relative to the effective supply.
well, none of them can do anything. Only thing that they
Yeah,
can do
but-
with the tokens is vote.
But yeah,
They can't
but that's
sell
not
them, they
relevant to
can't-
conviction voting.
Well,
They can still
it's
vote with
relevant
them. So
to the effective supply because anyone who's engaged with those hatcher tokens will use them to vote because that's the only thing they can do. You know, they can't yield farm them, they can't sell them, they can't.
yeah,
they
but
can't.
they already know that. Well, ideally they already know it, because they're already here in the third module. So they've already done token freeze and token thaw.
Yeah. Maybe what if we say like hatchers will have 2 million tokens that they can vote with?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Hatchers will have 2 million tokens that they can vote with. Sure.
That good?
I hate ending with a preposition, but it's okay.
Oh my god.
The nun in my head from 4th grade is like, killing me right now. But it's okay. I'll survive. Let's move on. Okay. So, well, no, I guess there's a lot to talk about. Okay, so we have looks like the design is pretty much set. What do you guys are the next steps, like Vitor or Pedro? What are the next steps to get this to actually be a thing? Or Marco, did you have something to say on the designs?
No. I think that's all. I just needed this clarification where to put this little piece of text, and so that's it.
Okay, this feature doesn't change the issue output. Like you just add more rows. So like we were focusing on the image, etc. But then like after that, I just need to add the same logic as in the ABC. So in the backend, so we work the same way. But now we'll be able to add like new values, and they will be like you could be add like exactly the same as the ABC. In the backend is pretty simple, and I think in the front end will be harder because Pedro have to like add it. But then I think it's pretty similar to the ABC, so I think it won't be that much of an issue. So I think first step is changing the backend, and at the same time to add the UI on the front end, which I don't think that's that much of a trouble to do. Pedro can correct me if he think otherwise.
Pedro, do you think that there's going to be any blockers on adding this feature that you can imagine?
I don't think so. Just to be sure, but a bit destination for the CV module. I don't think so.
Sweet.
I think that we can make it.
Do you guys have the bandwidth to do that this week? You know, like what do you have a target or anything like that for pushing that out?
Well,
I think that we can start this week. I just have to finish the image thing, and currently I'm having a problem, and I probably will spend the next 2 hours trying to fix that. But then I can start this, and at the end of the day, I can give you a more precise answer about that. But
Cool.
I wouldn't like to promise anything right now.
Totally.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, on the back end, it's pretty simple. I will finish this week for sure, but then I think the front end is a bigger part and not the back end. So on the back end, it's simple. But yeah, the good part doesn't compromise the issue generation. So I think that's the most important. So
Yep.
either having it right now or later, we'll be able to have the same, there will not be no different structures on it.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean, in the end, the picture stuff is a lot, and who knows what you get stuck on some of these smaller ones, but this is besides the pictures, this is like the next big complicated thing. So let's see. So this is when someone makes a lot of steps, the app can freeze and the table goes away completely. This was a fun one. So someone made 11 steps, 12 steps, and on their 12th step, it froze completely. I don't know if they brought it to a place where they made so many steps that the bonding curve ran out of money, or what happened, So
This issue was the motivation that I had to ask Nugan to do that custom errors thing, because what happens is if you add something on the front end and you don't see any changes, it's mostly because something went wrong on the back end and I didn't have any new response, so I didn't update the front end. So I asked him to do this custom error so I can use that toast, that little notification on the bottom of the app, saying, oh, something went wrong because you have too many steps, or the opening price is too high or too low, or something on these lines,
Cool. So then when that PR comes in, are you going to need to make error boxes or something?
Yes, I will do that. This is my idea. So that little toast that we have show up on the bottom or on the side of the app saying a brief message about what is going wrong.
And I assume you don't need any design, or do you need any support on that?
No, the toasts are already done. There's a nice package for JS that already had the design done, and it's pretty standard. So I just have to use that. I don't need any design.
Okay, cool. Great. So I'll leave this in product backlog. I think the CV generator is probably a higher priority, but if you get stuck there, it's there.
Hey, just a quick question for Pedro. What are you going to display in the error message for this particular error?
So I don't know yet, but because I have to see what Nugan is sending me. But something really straightforward. Like I asked him 2 or 3 custom errors, like too many steps, or the steps are
Okay.
causing, or you use it common attribute that is too high or too low or something like that.
Yeah, okay. It's just important to inform the user about the proper error, what happened, and not just, hey, something wrong. Please try again.
Okay.
Where were you in Giveth for 2 years? The error would just say, "Oh no."
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, the huge one.
Yeah. Oh no.
And what now?
What did it work? And then it would work half the time anyway. Anyway, it was fun. Okay, back to work here. Yeah, I don't know if is Fabio still gonna work on this at all. I know he kind of jumped over. He kind of jumped over to Giveth and probably is putting most of his focus there. This is a pretty small issue. Should we reassign it though?
Yeah, you can send to me. I can take a look on that.
Cool. I'll leave both of you there and see what happens. It is the lowest of low priorities. So, okay, cool. Okay, that's all of our issues. This looks amazing. If anyone sees any issues, Mitch, if any issues came up during the param parties, the param party that you did today, like, did anything come up?
No, and maybe that's another thing is like nobody, like Edu showed up an hour late, so just from like the time zone things, and it's on a separate calendar than the regular TEC calendar, so like there's some visibility issues there that I'm trying to ping Chewy on.
Hey, on that note, sorry to interrupt here, but Chewy created another calendar specifically for param parties, and I added that calendar to my Google Calendar, and it shows like a different color, so like they're super visible in my calendar right now.
Okay, yeah, it's just getting people to like click that link and then import the calendar. Whereas if they're already used to just looking at the TEC calendar, there's that extra step that has to be communicated.
Yeah, I'm gonna share the link to this calendar in the params channel right now.
Yeah, ideally, like it should be just merged with the main calendar, so that people can also be aware of like scheduling conflicts more easily.
Yeah, I expected that to happen when he shared this link, but it did not happen actually. He just created another one, and I got like double events, but that doesn't matter because for me that was great because I wanted to like have a different color and labeling and everything so that they become visible. So for me that wasn't a problem, but it was actually a plus. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna share that right now. Oh, and while we're at the, are we still in the board, Griff?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm looking. Yeah. The board.
Yeah, board. So yeah, I wanted to ask you if you can add a new issue, or maybe it's an Epic. I don't know. Mobile version. Could be an Epic, like mobile version, and then design the mobile version and front end implementation. Could be like the second issue.
Okay.
And for the design, you can tag me and Mo, but I don't know if Mo is on this GitHub actually.
Do we want to prioritize this over other things? Like, is it important that this has a good mobile? Okay.
No, but I just want to have it like there, and
Definitely. Come on, let me add issues here. Create new issues here.
Yep. Design the mobile version.
And what else?
Yeah, front end implementation. Yeah. Cool.
Put that in. Cool. Okay. Cool. Is there anything you guys want to discuss on the mobile version?
Well, not yet right now. Mo started working on the introduction and the learn layouts. That's pretty straightforward, so like that's easily scalable. But when it comes to the charts, like specifically the bonding curve, but like even the token thaw and token freeze, we're still kind of brainstorming how we're gonna take the approach there. But after we finish the intro and the learn module, maybe next week on the next call, we may want to get some feedback or even maybe anyway from front end developers. So next week, better next week, yeah.
Cool.
No rush here.
Great. Okay, cool. Let's see. Was there anything else on the? Okay, so the two issues blocking the GitHub issue are defined. We have the mobile version. Is there anything else that we should discuss? No?
No, I think that's it. I think like once we have the issues correctly, then you can do these biggest changes, and yeah, I think.
Awesome. Well, then let's call it 20 minutes early. Thank you, Wonka, and Lauren, and Zep for stepping up to do some QA on the GitHub issues. That you guys will be saying, hey, we're ready to go to token log and get it voting. That's the other thing that would be nice, just to like, once the GitHub issue is QA'd, maybe we also just make sure token log vote submissions actually work. And is anyone doing a param party today?